What is up, everybody? Well, welcome to Crunch Time. You know the drill. You're the sharpest minds in the biz coming at you, giving you everything you need to know, even on a holiday, even second show on a holiday. We got TJ in the house. I think he's this way, but on my screen is backwards. TJ Zwarich, emphasis on the rich part of that. Because TJ, you told me about a bet that you made on weather earlier today. Talk to me about it.
Thankfully, I made two bets on that Wrigley game today due to your weather report. I did some alt lines. I did under 6.5 with like a plus 200 odds on that one. And then at plus 280, I did under 1.5 runs for the Rockies. Both of those hit. And lucky, because not a single Spidey bomb did this morning. I guess we do still have the Mets playing, so it's possible. But what if I told you, Roth, that even though I hit those under bets, that 30%, 33%, 1/3 of the slate's home runs still came in Wrigley?
Oh, so nobody hit a home run anywhere? Is that what you're
There's been 3 home runs today, and one of them was in Wrigley, and that's it so far.
That's crazy. I saw that game, and I was like, wow, nailed that forecast. I don't know if you saw Pete Crow Armstrong hit a ball that would have been a home run in like 120% of ballparks, except for winds blowing in at Wrigley. And I got to see the response on that. Everyone's furious, and I loved it. I freaking loved seeing it. Apparently, Ohtani just hit a dinger, so you can add another one to that if that counts.
That's somebody I bet on to parlay with the Spidey bombs tonight.
Zwarich, indeed. We got my guy Eric Bimefor in the house as well. How are you on this holiday, Eric?
I'm wonderful, not as good as you. I did my Pacifico damage yesterday.
Yeah.
So we've between the
two
of us,
like game recognized game. I'm 100%. Glad that you know a good beer when you see it.
We're grinding Pacifico takes pre-show for anybody that wants to know. But yeah, what a great day. Holiday, baseball all day long, basketball tonight. It's the best. It can't get better.
Got a lot happening. You were rooting for the Wolves. Do you have a rooting interest in the Wolves, or you just want a series? You just want something to watch?
So it's mega niche take, but obviously I play a lot of best ball, and they have NBA playoff best ball. And one of my big stands. I'm probably good no matter who wins here in the West, but I want more game. I need more games. Minnesota. This was I certainly did not pick Knicks Pacers in the Eastern Conference final. Was not that. I did not have the Sports Almanac for that one, but I did have Minnesota making it here. So we're rooting. We're team Minnesota, and at least extend this series. I was terrified we were going to get like 2 sweeps in both of the conference finals, and like it was going to be absolutely terrible. But it's good. We're good. One more Minnesota win, and we're rocking.
Okay, good. Well, I want you to win all the money. TJ's getting up. I think he's getting me a beer. TJ, grab me a Pacifico while you're up. We are here to break down the slates. I will give you my weather takes, but I'll tell you, I do not have all that many weather takes. Kudos to the Cubs Wind for working out, and kudos to Kansas City. They just played. It literally has not stopped raining. It was raining when they started. It is still raining. They were just like, I don't care. I'm going to do it. But there is some somewhat interesting weather on this slate. Winds are blowing in Cleveland, 5 to 10 miles per hour, but it's a bump down to bats. And in Tampa, it's hot and winds are blowing out at 5 to 10 miles per hour.
I love that Roth can't either. He has this on a different screen or something, or just wasn't watching.
Why do we have a Steve Nash jersey up?
Because we got our second Canadian MVP this year with SGA, my guy, and the incredible Nash Suns team. Sadly, they let me down. They never won an NBA championship.
Oh,
not even close.
So you're pro. I'm sorry that I had a different screen up. I didn't realize you've been holding up a Steve Nash jersey for 20 minutes.
I was wondering how long it was going to take you
to
see the He left the room and brought
I was looking at weather. TJ, I'm so happy for you, man. So this is like a Canadian championship in the making.
Yeah, I would love it's not like a very good Canadian player has never won before. Jamal Murray obviously has done it with the Nuggets, and there's been others, but winning the championship the same year as SGA wins MVP would be pretty damn cool. So I agree with Eric. I'd love for this to be a good long series, but I'm very much hoping that the OKC takes it home.
Well, I don't think you have much to worry about. They look head and shoulders above the other 3 teams, right?
They are good.
I do think whoever wins this Western Conference Series is winning.
No, I don't
like, even if it's the Wolves, I
about.
think I would favor them over whoever comes out.
Yeah.
I saw OKC play like game 20 of the season, and I watched them play, and I was like, that might be the best team in the NBA. And I put my flag on them right then, and that's working out pretty well.
Can I give one?
Anyways,
I just one last basketball thing. I apologize for all the people who are here to listen to
cares.
baseball. It's a pretty disgusting 4-game slate, so I promise get to it. But I went to 2 Thunder games this year, and I think probably while they're in this right SGA like MVP prime, they got all the young bucks and all that kind of stuff before they got to start paying guys. If you're interested in attending live basketball, I think it's like a bucket list item. The Thunder atmosphere is crazy.
It seems it, man. When you watch those games, it is really on another level from any other stadium right now.
Went to Minnesota, and Minnesota was awesome. Like, got to see, Ant up close. They actually played the Thunder when it went to Minnesota, but like trying to go to a bunch more basketball games. The Thunder, like, you could not hear the person. It was like being at Cameron Indoor or something like that. Like, it was the environment is like nothing I've ever experienced.
And I've been thinking more about that. The reason why some of these other, like Houston's atmosphere, terrible. It's horrible because they've got baseball, they're a baseball city. And then second, Houston is a football city. And basketball is just this thing that happens there. But in Oklahoma City, that's it, if I'm not mistaken. That's the only pro sport. So they're all freaking in. And that there's something to that is very cool. And maybe we need more of in NBA. I like it. Anyways, somebody said I'm bummed because the host doesn't seem drunk. Well, I assure you, I'm a solid, I don't know, 8, 9. I'm up there. I've been trying. Maybe by the end of the show, we'll get there. But people are not here to talk basketball. They're here to talk baseball. And that is what we're going to do. TJ, somebody's already talking more Spidey bombs, Marte, Spidey. But let's talk about the slate in general. Let's talk about some pitchers. Who's throwing the old Uncle Charlie, the deuce piece, the nasty, the whatever that is? Who's doing it?
Well, if you're wondering who's throwing the nasty, the answer is absolutely no one. It's horrible. Like, the whole pitching slate is awful. The best pitcher is no one. And I'm not exaggerating. Like, genuinely, it's horrific. Right now, the guy that we have projecting to be the highest, like the player with the highest optimal projection is Chris Paddock. Like, on any other slate, that's the number 1 pitcher we're targeting. Number 2 is Randy Vasquez. On any other slate, that's the number 1 pitcher we're targeting. Number 3 is Ryan Yarbrough. Not a pitcher that we're necessarily always targeting, but we don't want to play him because he's about $2,000 more expensive than he should be. Ryan Nelson is facing the Pirates, and he's super cheap, so that's something good you can say about him. But he is the highest owned projected pitcher on the slate, and he's horrific. Andrew Heaney has had a pretty good year. He's pretty good, but he's overpriced and in a very difficult matchup against Arizona. Zach Littell is not good in a very small ballpark, and he's the second highest owned projected pitcher on the slate. Ryan Weathers is facing San Diego. They don't really ever strike out. Ryan Weathers has had a good start, but he's probably only going to pitch like 80 pitches. Then we have
Kashanowitz.
Jack Kashanowitz is super cheap. He does not strike anybody out, and he's facing the Yankees. But he's super low owned. So that is my favorite tournament pitcher on the slate.
Stop it.
Oh,
You're
my
serious?
God.
Yeah.
Who's been drinking on this show?
I thought
everybody's horrible, so I'm going to play the guy that's sub 10%.
Yikes.
Like,
so first, give me the cash pitcher. I realize there's no one good, but what are you supposed to do in cash?
I guess Chris Paddock and Ryan Nelson.
Just punt it off and play all the Yankees bats in cash, probably.
Yeah, but not Kashanowitz punt.
No,
Shanowitz is probably the best real life pitcher on the slate.
No, Ryan Weathers is the best real life pitcher on this slate. He just plays the Padres, and like you said, he's not going to throw 100 pitches or anything. So
yeah, fair. So then second.
Alex says Weathers got to be Roth Sky. Yes, I so badly want this guy Weathers to be good. And last year, I think he kind of sucked, and I thought he was going to get bounced. But now I'm hearing he's kind of good, and that makes me happy. So I'm very excited to get him in a decent matchup one day. I think you just put all the money on him. But TJ, do you have any other takes that are better than Kashanowitz for all the giblets?
So yeah, like your cash game pairing today is Ryan Nelson for sure, which feels ridiculous, and then either Paddock, Zach Patel, or Ryan Weathers as your SP1. And I would honestly just say fill it out last and see how much salary you have left. And that's kind of how I would go with it there, because it really does not matter. I honestly don't think it matters who you pitch today. They're all awful except for Yarbrough and Weathers and Heaney. And those three are either overpriced or in really tough matchups.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite for tournaments is going to be Kashanowitz because nobody's playing him. And then my next favorite is Andrew Heaney because he's the next lowest owned, even though it's a super difficult matchup. Yeah. Jerry Berg saying FanDuel cash, you only get one. The FanDuel main slate has already started.
But
and so
probably
hopefully you would have been playing Yamamoto because
yeah,
like by far the best pitcher. If you're playing some kind of late slate, let us know what slate you're playing and we'll dive into that one.
All right.
I think I would do Nelson, punt Nelson, and just like jam all the stud bats, right? I haven't built a FanDuel cash team that certainly the one that didn't have Yamamoto, but I think I would just punt and pray with Nelson. It's the Pirates. So
yeah. Oh, he says, yeah, I missed it locked. Yeah, you did. You were late.
Then yeah, I would I just want to double check prices there, but I would say probably punt with Nelson and get all the bats. Oh, say yeah, the cheapest pitcher, punt with Nelson and get all the bats. Agreed 100%.
Yeah. Okay. Eric, let's get your takes here, a pitcher on DK. Do you feel decent? Yeah, I mean, you with kind of TJ, just like, all right, you're not going to win with your pitchers, so just do whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because in a weird way, you might win with your pitchers. It's just good luck predicting, right? That's the Kashanowitz thing is like multiple of these pitchers are probably going to get destroyed. And so we want the bats against them, but then there's going to be 3 pitchers that go negative, a couple of pitchers that, scored 6 or 10. But there's going to be a pitcher or two that don't get destroyed on the slate. And it's like, we want that dude.
Yeah.
Right. And so
luck.
I mean, I sure as hell can't tell you who it's going to be. The Kashanowitz thing makes sense from a logic perspective. Everybody's going to play we don't like any pitcher, and everybody's going to play the Yankee bats. So if we don't like any pitcher, if I play Kashanowitz and he does actually stop the Yankees from scoring, right, it's a double whammy. Now I have the low-owned bats that are going, right? But I do generally prefer Ryan Weathers. I don't find the pricing to be that, like none of the most expensive pitcher on DraftKings is 8,500. So it's not like, we're worried that much about price. And I just generally believe that Ryan Weathers is the only like potentially good real life pitcher on this slate. I'm not saying he's some superstar, but I think there's some real indicators that he's like actually competent. The Padres are not a great target, but they all have flaws. He's kind of my standout tournament play. And then I'm just like, whatever at SP2. I tagged Ryan Nelson this morning in lineup HQ, but he was not projecting to be the Pipestone damn pitcher on the slate, which is like I don't want to play Ryan 50%. I don't care what the matchup is. 50% own Ryan Nelson, right? Like 25% own Ryan Yarbrough, like not of interest to me. So I'm kind of like figuring out the other pitcher spot, and I'm probably playing Ryan Weathers because I can at least tell myself that this guy might actually be good. And it's not just because of his last name. I think he can actually pitch.
It's fair. It should just be because of his last name, but that's fair. Did get some questions about what you were drinking. I saw you take a little sip over there. May I ask?
Just a little seltzer. Just a little seltzer.
A seltzer and
just a straight seltzer, a little White Claw action. Yeah, just a little White Claw action. The wife just came home, bought what are they called? Not like a straight seltzer water, but the vodka. No, the port. Oh, damn. Barstool folks promote them
High
all the
Life?
time.
No, I'm too drunk to remember the name, but I know what you're talking about.
Roth can't taste that chicken. But yes, it's whatever that one is, right? It's
Yeah,
like the vodka seltzer.
High Noon.
Yes, High Noon.
Got him.
Quite good, by the way. And this is
Yeah,
not me promoting.
it is better than some of the other ones. Yeah. By the way, everybody in the chat knows we know our
That's
audience.
hilarious.
Jerry says this is buzzed Roth, not drunk Roth. The only time you got drunk Roth was when I did the show at the neighbor's house and they were feeding me whiskey.
That was hilarious.
That was on another level. But no, this is just beer. I'm okay. Okay. Hey, look, we did pitchers. We got to talk about bats and stacks. And actually, we have a new tiers for you because there's no Dean. There was no pre-show. So we're doing tiers for the 8 teams that we've got on the slate. And we've decided that we have ranked best holidays to get drunk on in honor of obviously what we're currently doing. So today we are ranking teams based on how fun it is to get drunk on a particular holiday. And Eric, TJ, and I, we put our heads together and we came up with this list here.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't ready yet.
God damn it.
I said
that on a tee.
We came up with
He even gave the soliloquy to lead you into it.
Because I have to wait for one computer to connect to the other. I produce on a different one than I host on. And so I wasn't ready.
All right. I think it's a great list. It's an incredible list. The number one holiday to get drunk on, without a doubt, is 4th of July. Like there is no doubt in my mind. You're grilling, you're drinking, you're blowing shit up. You're celebrating America, TJ. Sorry, you're not really involved in that one, but it's just a phenomenal drunk holiday. It's a 10 out of 10. It's the best day to get drunk on ever. So that's number one. Close to that is New Year's Eve. There's some issues on New Year's Eve. It's a great drinking holiday. You're celebrating the year, but also like Uber, like everyone on the road is blackout drunk. You're probably going to get in a head-on collision. Like there's some scary issues. Thanksgiving, great to drink on. You're dealing with awkward uncles, people you don't really want to talk to. So you're getting drunk, but you're also very full. There's a lot of food, and that you're battling that, right, Eric?
They also created a new drinking holiday specifically for the night before Thanksgiving, right?
Which might even be better.
A new drink. This is the most American shit you've ever heard in your life, by the way. Like 4th of July drinking holidays all the way down. We created Blackout Wednesday to because we are okay being hungover on Thanksgiving because we don't really want to deal with our family. Just give me the turkey and all the stuff, and I'll sleep. I'll sleep in the afternoon. This is peak. This is peak American.
It's a great list. And then Christmas, I have partaken on some of most Christmas mornings, but it's once you have kids, especially it's just not the best. It's okay, but it's not the best. And the last Ramadan, you literally can't.
1 month and it's not allowed. You can't drink.
You can't do it. It's clearly lasts. You're not allowed to do it. It's the perfect holiday for the 5 spot. I'm so pleased we were able to find that. It took us a while, by the way. But it's a great list, right? It's good.
It's perfect.
Yeah. It's beautiful. But now we need to rank the teams. TJ, people are asking about the Spidey Bombs. You should tell them all about that.
9 likes away from Spidey Bomb number 1. We'll get the first one at 50 likes, second one at 75 likes. If we can get up to 100 likes, I got a third one for you as well.
Damn. There you go.
St. Patty's Day. Good. Didn't make the list, but a fair critique from the chat that St. Patty's Day doesn't make the list.
Does anybody have it off though? I feel like that docks it.
Yeah,
you never have the day off after St. Patty's Day.
It's true. Yeah, there are issues.
I'm not Irish, so I don't know. We would need an Irish person to tell us about.
I actually like to go to a Mexican bar on St. Patty's Day and Irish bar on Cinco de Mayo. I just, I'm trying to avoid the crowds. Not find them these days.
Yeah, okay.
Gary Berg says Halloween is a good one. I would definitely agree to that, especially if you're 25 and under. 25 and under, Halloween was probably my favorite one to get
number one. Oh,
number
if you're
one.
young and the
now,
oh yeah,
I don't care anymore. But a college Halloween party.
College Halloween was the greatest day. It was
the best.
It was the greatest day by a mile. Yeah. It really was.
Now we don't even. We just put out candy in a bowl, and that we know. I'm I'm old. We're old now.
Yeah.
We live in a subdivision in the suburbs, right?
Yeah.
So like we turn the lights off and do our own thing at the house and just put out a bowl of candy and let the kids do it. Like the difference in like 10 years ago, I would have been like, dude, Halloween needs to be on this list somewhere.
Yes,
and now
100%.
it was never even a thought. It was never even a thought.
I just could not agree more. Yeah. Dean pointing out that no Mardi Gras getting snubbed. People saying, but this is the thing that Dean.
If you're in Louisiana, Mardi Gras won.
St. Louis has the second biggest Mardi Gras, by the way, in that. Yeah. So I respect Dean's comment.
I didn't know, but there's only so many holidays we could choose. I think the list is phenomenal. I think it's perfect. But yes, there are holidays that could have been there, but I'm very happy with the list that we had. But the point here is not just to talk about drinking holidays. Mostly it is, but it's also to rank these teams. And I need an announcer, someone who is just gifted with the voice of an angel and Bob Barker combined, who can really tell us what games are going to play. Is that man here today? So dumb.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first game on the slate, we have Minnesota going into the tiny little baby minor league stadium in Tampa Bay to face the Rays.
It's like a little buffer that you had going on there. Like
that was more Michael Buffer than
that's what I thought. Yeah, there was a little buffer there. Yes. All right, Minnesota, and to be clear, in case you haven't played my version of tiers, there are clear rules. Eric, you get to rank the first two teams in this game. You get to rank them. TJ gets to take one of those and veto them, bump them up one or down one if he chooses, but only one. He cannot do both. Please rank both of those teams.
Ooh, okay. So let's Minnesota and the Rays. I'm actually going to put Minnesota in 4th of July because they are like mediocre ownership on the road in this Cracker Jack little park we got going on out there
with great weather,
with awesome hitting weather, and they're just like, they're not a great offense, right? Everybody can see it. Like, unfortunately, our good friend Cheese is not here to talk about. Well, I guess Brooks Lee isn't even in the lineup, right? So we can't even talk about Brooks Lee tonight. But they're super cheap. If you want to get Yankees alongside them, they are owned. But for a 4-game slate, it's like, I don't know, just don't play Carlos Correa or maybe don't play Ryan Jeffers. I think that the spot is, I think Zach Littell, however you say his name, I think he's near the bottom of this slate, actually, in terms of like real life pitcher. He is just a nothingness of oatmeal. He doesn't strike people out. He's like, there's nothing impressive at all about this guy. And so being able to target them with the Twins, like totally reasonably priced bats, they fill a couple spots. I think you'll see like first base and stuff, catcher that are really bad, which is nice there. And then I'm gonna put the Rays. Let's do Thanksgiving for the Rays because Paddock is one of the better pitchers to play. I know we didn't like sing his praises during the pitcher section, but he's definitely one of the better pitchers to play. And the Rays are like, there's not much power. Even in this park, they don't hit a lot of home runs, which is like kind of crazy. Yeah. So they're not bad. They're not bad, but they're just like right in the middle for me with the Rays. So
they have a little bit of the Rockies thing going on where like you've got the advantage. You just hit the bombs in the good part, but then they're not. They're not that bad, but there's a bit of that. TJ, you get the power to move one of those two teams. Rays, by the way, we're in Thanksgiving. You get to move one of those two teams up or down one if you so choose, but you do not have to. You get veto power. What are you moving?
So the tough thing is like, I don't think I could genuinely make a overly strong argument against anybody who wanted to put any team on the slate in the top tier. And so based on the context of the slate,
does he get a veto every time? So it's like, is he going to do the next game and then I get a veto? So he's going to get two total.
I get to pick one of these two to veto.
Yeah, and then I'll do Miami, San Diego, and you'll get to veto one of those as well. Okay.
So in the context of the slate, I feel like I would want to maybe move Minnesota down one. But also in the context of just like how good all of these stacks are, I feel like I'd want to move the Rays up one.
The Rays? Oh,
yeah. Okay. And so like I don't know which angle I want to take. I think I'm going to bump the Rays up one and go with a everybody's awesome approach today.
I love that. Okay. All right. I'm on board with that. Now we get our wonderful announcer who may or may not be related to what's Buffer? What's his first name? Bruce Buffer. We get TJ Buffer to announce our second game.
We're going to switch up the style for this one. But first, before we do, we are going to announce Spidey Bomb number 1. On the note of talking about
the Tampa Bay quick, Rays. You're not going to do sexy voice, are you?
I'm not going to. No. We're not going to do the ASMR.
My kids
voice.
Just came up here as I said that.
Unless the chat requests it. If the chat requests it, we'll see. But we're not going to do that one unprompted. I don't want to freak anybody out. That one's only available by specific
request.
So Spidey Bomb number 1 plus 425 in this game that we are talking about right here. I'm going Brandon Lau as the first one. Second one coming at 17 likes, only 14 likes away. So keep hitting the like button. But Spidey Bomb number 1 is Brandon Lau. Let me get it typed in here with the odds so it's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. And second at 75 likes. There we go. All right.
I'm sorry.
To a theater near you. Not actually a theater, but a baseball stadium. We have the Pittsburgh Pirates going to the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Okay. Eric, you get the chance to rank these two teams. Pirates, D-backs. You can put them in 4th of July, New Year's, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Ramadan. Best holidays to get drunk on. Which tier do you choose?
I do just want to say the eliteness of you saying into a computer of which you're speaking, right? And obviously your wife knows what you do, but like a normal person who is sitting like in his office talking to his computer screen saying, you're not going to do the sexy voice, are you?
My wife walks up the stairs with 2 kids.
Generally would be a very bad thing.
It'd be an awkward conversation, but as it turns out, she just looked at me like, "Yep, typical." All right, she just kept moving.
She's like, "Yep, he's talking to his internet friends again."
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, back to baseball. Pittsburgh and Arizona. Pittsburgh is one of the worst stacks on the board, but they're extremely low. This is where the TJ kind of part of it comes in, like what he was talking about with the Rays. Is like Ryan Nelson is the chalkiest pitcher on the slate, and he stinks. So it's really, from a projection standpoint, I think you put the Pirates in Ramadan, but I think they got to be up higher given the fact that they're facing the really, really chalky pitcher. They do have a couple of intriguing bats. Like Oneil Cruz is absolutely destroying the baseball this year. You know, Brian Reynolds, some of these guys are good. Joey Bart has some power and fills the catcher spot. So I'm going to go back to the Thanksgiving well with the Pirates. I can't reasonably put them any higher than Thanksgiving, but I also don't think I don't think Ramadan is super fitting. I'm putting Arizona in Christmas. It's not like you cannot do this. Like Ramadan is absolutely it's unacceptable to drink.
Literally,
right? Christmas is just like, think about the repercussions of what's going to happen, right? And that's Arizona. You know, like you're not going to remember your kid's 3rd Christmas. Like that's probably bad. It's like Andrew Haney has not been terrible. He's historically been terrible.
It's not prohibited.
It's allowed.
I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying think about 12 hours from now, 24 hours from now, how you're going to feel about this. That's how I feel about the Diamondbacks. Like they're not low owned. They're not a really exciting offense. Like they're not cheap. Like there's really nothing that's that appealing about them. They're not unplayable, but it's not great.
Yeah. Okay. Well said. All right. We've got 2 more games on the slate. TJ, what's next?
Wait, are you
Spidey Bomb number 2 is next, and it is one of the players.
Wait. I'm sorry. Spidey Bomb.
Oneil
did we get? Oh, okay. Oh, nice. Perfect.
Okay. I forgot TJ gets veto power over Eric's picks. Oh, right. That's my bad.
We screwed it up.
I'll do that after, but we got Oneil Cruz plus 330 on FanDuel. Spidey Bomb number 2. Love him today, even though I'm probably playing Ryan Nelson.
Okay.
3rd at 100 likes, so keep hitting that like button, and I got more Spidey Bombs for you. I think I'll bump Arizona up 1. just because they're really good. No, you know what? No, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it as is. I think these are the proper rankings.
Wow. All right. Love that. TJ, announce our next game for us, please.
Miami Marlins, one of the lowliest teams in all of baseball, are going into San Diego to face the Padres with Fernando Tatis and Jackson Merrill behind the wheel.
Okay.
Didn't know where I was going with that one.
I did. I'm intrigued, though. So, TJ, you get the power to rank these teams. Where are you putting them?
I'm going to go... Vasquez is just really bad, so I guess I'm going to put Miami in tier 3. I don't really want to play the Marlins today. It's not a good park, but Randy Vasquez is just absolutely horrific. The Padres, I'm going to go in 4 because I would absolutely play Fernando Tatis, Jackson Merrill, Manny Machado. I don't really want to stack the rest of this team at all against probably the best pitcher on the slate. So I'm going to put the Padres down at 4.
Okay. I did not expect this, Eric. This is a bit of a surprise to me, seeing these teams coming in a little low. Do either of them get a bump, or are you happy with where they're ranked at?
I think the Marlins are the perfect Thanksgiving. The placement is the perfect. I'm using my veto to put the Padres in Ramadan. We're going to the bottom.
Whoa.
Don't play the Padres. I mean, he already put them in Christmas, right? So what's we're just taking it a little bit a step further.
You're only allowed to knock them one, but yeah.
I'm Xing out the Padres. They're the one team that is going against a pitcher who I actually think is like, I don't know how good Ryan Weathers is, but I feel confident in saying like there's talent there. There's like a real pitcher in somewhere in the Ryan Weathers, body. And so they just don't have like Manny Machado is fine. Right. I really like Fernando Tatis, obviously, but then they're like the other best hitters. Jackson Merrill is left-handed against the lefty. They're at home. The park is fine. Right. There's just like nothing that really jumps off the page to me about the Padres. So we got to make some cuts somewhere. And this team is
the one
for me.
Mm-hmm. Wow. I felt like we were going to end up with just this very top-heavy, everybody's 4th of July, New Year's Eve, but this is not.
Those aren't tiers. That's not tiers then. Well, if there's nobody in the lower tiers, you didn't. Why do we have Ramadan? Well, you got to show some respect to the high holiday.
Yeah, it's true. Hey, we got 13 minutes. We haven't talked about any positions. We need to do that. Let's get this last one knocked out real quick. TJ, go.
Last game on the slate. We have the New York Yankees and the LA Angels. 5.7 team total for the Yankees. They're going to be chalky, and I'm playing the pitcher against them.
Okay, very good. Eric, you get to rank these teams. Where are you putting
them? Because I'm given in to TJ's propaganda here about what's his face, Kachanowicz, or however his name is. We'll put the Yankees in New Year's Eve. So we won't put them all the way at the top. We'll put the Yankees in New Year's Eve, and we'll put the Angels in Christmas because they are terrible and the matchup is not especially great. But I don't think the Angels are like off the list.
Wow. Now, this is exciting because if we leave things as is, we have a perfectly balanced tiers, which is rare. I watch a lot of Dean's show here, Grinders Live. They very rarely get perfectly balanced shows. So go ahead, TJ, put them in. Let's appreciate the beauty and the balance of it. And then you okay?
Where was the Yankees? Sorry,
the
Yankees are in.
Yep, no, you got it.
Yankees New Year's
Eve.
Their Angels Christmas. Angels Christmas.
Christmas, right?
Yeah,
fitting.
Fitting. There you go.
That's fitting. Angels and
Christmas, top of the tree. TJ, you get veto power. You can ruin the balance of it all, or you can leave it as beautiful as it is. But whatever choice you do, you have to make it quick because we have 10 minutes to get to lock.
Let's leave it as is. Let's roll.
Love it. Okay, there you go. Those are your stacks. We got to go around the horn. We got to talk position by position. TJ, what are you doing, a catcher? We don't have to go that. I really sped it up. We don't have to go that fast.
You did speed it up.
Yeah, I was like, oh, no more fun allowed. TJ, what do you like at catcher?
Catcher position today, I'm going to be going. No, I'm just kidding. Ryan Jeffers is the cash play. He's the top option today. I did just see that somebody mentioned, I had a question about DK cash pitchers. So just to go over that again quick. As gross as it is, you're playing Ryan Nelson. and then I would fill out your bats and see how much salary you have left, and plug in. If you have enough for Ryan Weathers, you play Ryan Weathers. If not, you play Chris Paddock or Zach Littell. I guess I wouldn't, but that's what projections say. Catcher position, Ryan Jeffers is the cash game play. Outside of him, it's basically just guys only in stacks for me. Austin Wells would be my next favorite. Logan O'Hoppe is fine for tournaments, but Jeffers is the top option. Wells too. Then it's just literally anybody.
Yeah. All right. Eric, you know what, Eric? If you feel strongly about something to catcher, say it. If not, go to first.
I just think it's kind of crazy that Austin Wells is lower owned than Ryan. I understand Ryan Jeffers is hitting leadoff, but Austin Wells is on the Yankees, and they're equivalent hitters. So just from a tournament perspective, give me the Yankee.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. How about first base?
Absolutely disgusting. I think I would rather play a pitcher than any of these first basemen. I mean, first base is a monster. Spencer Horwitz is the highest projected owned. Does anyone even know? Spencer Horowitz's parents are not playing.
I thought that was the thing that made Voldemort teleport and disappear. Or Horowitz. Yeah, I don't know.
Exactly. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Ty France is the second highest owned guy, but he is my favorite. It's really, really bad. I'll also toss probably my next favorite guy is Jonathan Aranda. Jonathan Aranda has been like legit awesome as a hitter. He doesn't have maybe the absolute best matchup on the board, but 413 xWOBA 280 expected ISO, not striking out a ton in that ballpark that we love, and not near the top of ownership. So Aranda and Ty France for me.
Okay, good stuff. TJ, you can comment on first if you choose. If not, go to second.
Aranda probably my favorite here as well, so I'll double down on that one. And then let's move on to second base. If you do need a punt, though, I don't mind Curtis Mead. Just basically any of those Rays I think are probably going to be my favorites. Second base are also some Rays. My favorite, Spidey Bomb. Brandon Lau is my top play at second base today. After that, I would want to go Cody Clemens, the Minnesota guy. I'm currently debating which one of these two that I want to play at second in my single entry team, just because it's a gross small slate. I'm only doing one lineup. And I'm debating whether I want Clemens or Lau. If you can get all the way up to Marte, he is the best play at the position. Anybody else is only in stack.
But this might be a spot for a lot of people where they're playing terrible cheap pitchers and they have the money for Marte, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So maybe they do end up there. Eric, if you want to add anything a second, feel free. If not, bring us a third.
I have just one addition, and it is Marte's teammate, who was also in the same matchup, but not getting the same ownership. And he's almost $2,000 cheaper. Tim Tawa. He's actually like a decent prospect. He started to hit a little bit. He was like $2,000 for like 2 or 3 weeks, and I lost a lot of money playing him every single day.
He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
And then I stopped playing him, and he started.
That checks out.
But he's 3,800. It's still a nice price on this slate. He is outfield eligible as well, so you can play Marte and him if you want. But I think he's a pretty good play also.
How much does it sting that you're getting burned at 2K on him, and now he's 3,800, and you're like, I'm playing him?
This is every year. For the rest of my life, for the last decade and moving forward, it's going to be every year experiencing this. Like, I promise he's a good prospect. He's going to do something, and he never does it. And then I stop, and then he does it.
Yeah. He's got it. All right. That was third. Take me to, that was second. Somebody takes me to third base. Eric, I think.
Yeah. Junior Caminero. So like, I really don't love the Rays, but you can kind of see some of the stuff that comes about. They're very cheap, and that there is some talent, and then you get the ballpark. I actually prefer Paddock. I don't really love Chris Paddock. But Caminero is, projecting as the highest owned guy. I think that's warranted. I mentioned I X'd out Manny Machado, though I understand why someone would want to play him. Eugenio Suarez is my favorite option. I think he should be the highest owned guy against Andrew Heaney. But again, I'm not playing like a ton of the Diamondbacks, and there's not a lot here. I think Connor Norby for the Marlins, first Marlin getting a mention I think some of the Marlins are pretty good tournament plays. My big issue with them that we didn't talk about is Randy Vasquez, TJ mentioned it, is horrendous, but he's specifically horrendous against lefties. And then the Padres have like 4 lefties in their bullpen. So it's that weird kind of push-pull thing. Norby is right-handed, so he would draw the worst matchup against Vasquez. But I think some Marlins are in play for tournaments, so I at least want to shout him out because then he'll have the platoon advantage when they bring the lefties in from the pen.
Interesting. Okay, good note. TJ, anything you want to add at third? If not, take me to short.
Cabanero, probably my favorite guy. I am playing Machado at only 4,600. He is one of the best bats on the slate, even though it's a tough matchup. And so I'm going in to play some Machado today. And I think I'm actually might play a little Tatis as well. So it's me against Eric tonight.
I love that. Okay, but only at this position at third is they are. Everything else has been in agreement. Okay, how about shortstop?
Correa is the clear cash option. I like the idea of spending all the way up to Zach Neto at a really weak position. Everybody else only in stacks.
Yeah. All right, Eric. Anything you want to add there at short? If not, go to the outfield.
Neto is kind of slam dunky for me. I think he should be higher owned than Carlos Correa because I think he's just a far better fantasy option. And then the Yankees are the best stack. One of my favorite things to do on these slates is like the guys in the most popular stack, but they're not the popular option. And Anthony Volpe is that at shortstop. So I like him a lot for tournaments.
Okay, very good. Take me to the outfield.
There's this Aaron Judge guy, kind of good at baseball. I'm treating Judge and Ohtani right now, quite frankly, as more of like a single entry player. TJ can speak to like 150 max type guys as more of a single entry type player. Like I just played these guys and it's like, I get that they're high owned. I can figure out how to make us still a good tournament lineup. They just come with like Ohtani has been absolutely unbelievable. And Judge is like 60 points better than him in like WRC. Right. Like this is better than Barry Bonds. Like what he's doing right now. So like, just give it to me. Like, it's fine. I'll deal with it. So he's clearly the guy. Trent Grisham also projecting to be very popular, but I love him as well in tournaments. And then outfield, it kind of becomes for me a lot of trying to make some things work. I like all 3 of the Twins guys, Larnach, Castro, and Kiersey, I guess is his name. Like if you need a punt, he's 24. He's not particularly good, but he's in a twin stack that I really like. And then we mentioned the Pirates as kind of like the offense stinks, but they're kind of leverage off of the chalky Ryan Nelson guy and O'Neal Cruz, Spidey Bomb, right? O'Neal Cruz at 5,900, not going to be owned, but can easily like hit 2 home runs and steal a base in this match.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, TJ, your favorites in the outfield. I'm just going to let you do outfield, even though that's not the order of things because, well, there's a lot of players to choose from.
O'Neal Cruz, the second Spidey Bomb, is going to be my favorite here, followed by Aaron Judge. I'm playing them both in my single entry team.
Nice.
I'm realizing as I put this team together that if I punt first baseman and first and second base, I can play the best player at every other position. And so that's just what I'm going to do. It's like 2 half stacks, but I don't care. We're having some fun. It's a holiday. We're having drinks. We're going to have some fun. And so that's how I'm rolling it out. I have Aaron Judge, Fernando Tatis, and O'Neal Cruz as my 3 outfielders. Trent Grisham in a really great spot today. He's a cash game option. Lourdes Gurriel, probably the best salary saver. Jason Dominguez, fantastic spot. Literally any of the Yankees. And then if you got to save some salary, I'd be looking to Taylor Ward, Lourdes Gurriel, Jorge Soler.
Okay. TJ, what is the drinking age in Canada? Because I want to make sure that drink that you had was legal. And I know you're not quite 21. You're close to it. What is the drinking age in Canada?
All right, old man, because I'm so young, that's the reason you can't beat me in basketball. Legal drinking age depends on the province. It's either 18 or 19.
Wow. Okay. All right.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that. Should I have known that?
Yes.
I guess if you live up north where people drive to Canada at like 20 years old to get drunk.
I'm from the Midwest, but it's like you're embarrassing us Americans, Roth.
I didn't know Canada's legal drinking age.
Yes, the internet is a thing.
I've lived in Florida and Texas my whole life. Before
this show, we were Googling what's the best holiday to get drunk on. You've Googled worse things than Canada's drinking age.
Yeah, this is true. All right. Hey, we're less than 2 minutes until lock. If you got any questions, get them in, right? TJ, lock is 5 after, right? Yeah. All right. If you got any
Only
questions,
one game, so all the other games are at least an hour later.
That's true. DKGPP, Eric, Caminero or Moncada?
Ooh, I kind of like Moncada in tournaments.
Okay, great. The basketball line between TJ and I is up. Jerry says plus 210 for TJ to beat me one-on-one in basketball, and he's betting that. He's betting the plus 210.
I'm getting in on this, by the way.
I would put my entire life savings on that.
This is just, see, you guys are triggering me. I know that this.
TJ doesn't understand how good I am at basketball, and it's hilarious.
We got to
I've gone through this with so many people, and then I just absolutely obliterate them, and they're like, "Oh, you meant you were good." I'm like, "Yes, I meant I'm good." Not
Dan's on vacation. Dan, Dan this summer, please. Yeah. Get something get us all together because I'm getting frustrated listening to all this.
I've gone through this so many times, and then I see the other person's confidence, and I'm like, oh, maybe they're really good. And then I play them, and I beat them 12-1, and I'm like, oh, you just don't realize how good I am, and that's what's happening again.
I've seen you post videos of yourself playing basketball. I'm not worried.
Yeah, well, you should be because you're gonna. That's 6'1", 195 of just pure athletic steel. I am the white Russell Westbrook. I am just an athletic machine.
You're used to pushing people around. The only thing you have on me is speed.
Got it all against you, bud. Jerry says, "Are you junior college good?" I didn't play junior college, but probably yes. I think that's fair. Yes.
Now, you could play for a junior college basketball team right now?
No. But no. I'm just not in good enough shape. All right. Hey, guess what?
I could have made a shitty NCAA Div 2 team.
You could have? I mean, all right. That's saying something. That's some big talk.
I played a sprinkle of NA. So I played college football, but for about 6 weeks of my freshman year, I played basketball as well. And I quit because it was the most miserable experience of my entire life. I left football practice and went to basketball practice afterwards. And so we quit that. But I'm in on this basketball take. We got it. Dan, we need Boss DB to get us. I know he's a big basketball guy too. So
yeah,
we can get a.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wait, would Eric beat us both? Are we talking all the shit and Eric would just?
That's what I'm saying. I want in. I want in.
All right, let's go.
Bobby's always talking smack too.
Oh, he is just absolutely
Bobby looks like the stand at the 3-point line and shoot open threes because somebody else passed him the ball.
Yeah,
I love Bobby. I love you, Bobby. By the way,
but he's not going to make those shots either. To be clear, yeah, he's not on the level. Hey, guess what? We did the things. We drank the beers. We gave the advice. We made maybe the greatest tier list of all time, and I think with that, we can clear on out. So let's do it. I'm just catching up in the chat. We look good here. All right. For Eric, for TJ, for our wonderful production crew, always working hard behind the scenes, guys. We appreciate you. We love you, and we will catch you tomorrow. Good hanging out with you guys both, by the way.
That was fun.
You have been crunched.